All right, guys, 2970 N4, super nice radio. This one still has the box, the original packing. Would say very lightly used, just like new. If you don't know about these, they're the highest power model, I guess you'd say, available of the 2970, 2950, that style radio. Basically the same thing as a 99 N4, except with the 2970 layout and the 2970 options. So you've obviously got all your push button options here that are not offered on the N4 and the 99 N4, and then you have that extra digit on your freak counter. So if you're a sideband operator, this radio is probably more in line with what you would want over the 99 N4. But if you just talk AM, you know, the 99 N4 might be a little more of a better option. Obviously, you notice on this one there's no switch over here to turn the amp section on and off. So by all accounts, you'll be running this thing in the high power mode, I guess you would say, all the time. So FM, AM, CW, lower sideband, upper sideband, all that stuff, pretty basic. We're just going to do an output test on it. It is on the website, roostercb.com, under the used and specialty items. Again, it is very lightly used. I got this in on trade, and it's basically like brand new. A guy hasn't used it much at all. Right now, it's got a 6-pin Superstar on it, which is what I'll send with it. He's supposed to be sending me the channel changing mic that goes with it, so I will have that with it as well. But right now, it's got a Superstar, so that'll be an added bonus for anybody. Probably sounds better anyway. Not that the channel changing mics sound bad, but Superstar probably sounds a little bit better. Okay, so we've got our RF power wide open here, and we're going to start out on AM. And I'll show you how much current it draws on AM and sideband real quick, and then we'll go back to AM for the output test. So this is AM mode. Well, we got a radio on in the background. Let's turn that off. Hello, 50 amps. So you know this thing is really putting out some power. And this is upper sideband. Hello, audio. Over 50, lower sideband, 60, back to upper sideband, 55. So they're all pretty close. We'll do an output test on all three here in a second, see how close they are, but all running pretty close there. Let's go back to AM and show you that it does receive. That's just keying up a barefoot radio on the dummy load to dummy load. Okay, this is going to be average output with the RF power wide open here. 1000 watt slug, bottom scale. Audio. About 280 average with a 200 watt dead key. Do I recommend running it that high? No, not really. Let's go all the way down with the RF power. Way down there, very low dead key. Audio, 180 watts average. Audio. There you go. Let's go to PEP. We're just going to leave the RF power all the way down. Hello, audio, check one, check one, check one. 600 watts PEP. Hello, audio. A little bit over 600. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to upper sideband. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio. A little bit less than 500. Lower sideband. Hello, audio check, check, check. Audio check, check, check. Audio check, check, check. Audio. So again, a little bit less than 500 on upper sideband and lower sideband. If somebody wanted, they could probably adjust that out in the radio and make it do a little more. But as it stands right now, it is doing more on AM than it is upper and lower sideband. So that's that. Again, nice running radio, like new. A little bit less than 500 watts peak on sideband, and then right at 600 peak on AM. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it seems like sideband, when you start talking about the higher power levels and kind of maxing these things out, a little bit rougher on them than AM. This radio does actually have 4 real transistors in it. It doesn't run MOSFETs. Excuse me, so it does run real transistors. Now the radio section, is MOSFETs, but the amplifier section, excuse me, is transistors. So that's pretty much it, guys. Nice radio. It is for sale. It is on the website, roostercb.com. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Again, we're only testing it 14.5 volts, so you should see some good performance out of this thing. What amp could you run with it? Well, the way it's currently set up, of course it could be adjusted down to do a little less power if that's what you wanted. But I would run a 16-pill standard with it. That would be the probably the smallest amp I would run. You might get by with like a 12-pill 2879C. Probably could get by with a 12-pill 2879C or a 16-pill standard. Now, each one of those amps, they're going to do roughly the same. 12 2879Cs or 16 2879 standards, they're going to do in the ballpark of the same power. So those are the two amps I would recommend running with this guy. Nice radio, guys. All right, lots of videos coming up, customer videos, for sale videos, everything else. Hope everybody has a good one, and Happy New Year coming up. Rooster in Tennessee. See you, bye.